This is another version of a skeletal muscle fiber, and it has some features that are not found on one of the other muscle cell models. We still have our sarcolemma, the plasma membrane. We have the endomysium with the collagen fibers. If I turn this model around to the back, you can see the very smooth sarcolemma, and you can see the endomysium that is to the outside. So it would be superficial to the plasma membrane. These openings that you see are the openings of the T-tubules that are indentions, we normally say invaginations, of the plasma membrane that run across the long axis of the muscle fiber, and we'll turn that around and I'll show that to you. As we go around, we can see that this is our axon of a motor neuron, and it's coming up, and here we have the neuromuscular junction. This is the axon terminal, and these round little balls are synaptic vesicles that are filled with a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine. Now, look at the white, and that is the folded motor end plate, that is the folded membrane of the skeletal muscle fiber that lies right underneath the axon terminal. And remember, these folds increase surface area, so there's lots of room for acetylcholine receptors to be located on the motor end plate. The orange, orange with little, that's yellow with little orange dots is more appropriately, that represents your sarcoplasm. These are mitochondria, and one thing I like about this model is it shows how many mitochondria are stacked in between the myofibrils, and that's an orientation or a structure you don't get on some of the other models. There are so many mitochondria in a skeletal muscle fiber because the muscle fibers are going through a great deal of ATP when that muscle fiber contracts. Now, these structures that look sort of like little towers are myofibrils. This is at a higher power of magnification than another model that you and I have looked at. These white structures that you see right here, and you'll notice, let's talk about the red one first. The red represents the T-tubules, which are those invaginations of the plasma membrane that run all the way across the muscle fiber. The white is the sarcoplasmic reticulum, and you'll see that the sarcoplasmic reticulum stretches across the entire sarcomere. These lateral sacs that are on either side of the T-tubule are known as the terminal cisternae, and the two terminal cisternae plus the T-tubule makes up the triad of a skeletal muscle fiber. 1, 2, 3, that's where the triad comes from. Now, if we change orientation and look at this from the top down, again, this is one myofibril shown at a higher power of magnification. The white here is the terminal cisternae of the sarcoplasmic reticulum, and notice that it goes all the way around the myofibril. Every one of these myofibrils is totally encircled by the terminal cisternae. And let me tilt this just a little bit up so you can see. Yep, see the red there? That's the T-tubule. So we've got a terminal cisternae, a T-tubule, and then the other terminal cisternae which would be underneath. You can see again mitochondria tucked in between the myofibrils, and this structure over here is one of the many nuclei that this skeletal muscle fiber will have. And I think that's all we can see on this particular muscle model, muscle fiber model.